Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a boy named Arjun. He was known as a smart and quick learner who consistently achieved high academic performance. His teachers often praised him, his friends admired him, and his parents were very proud. However, Arjun had one major weakness: he didn't value time. Instead of studying or improving his skills, Arjun spent most of his time playing on his phone, hanging out with friends, or doing meaningless things. Whenever his parents reminded him, he would just laugh and say, "I have plenty of time. Let me enjoy now, I'll study later." He always believed that he was young and still had lots of time to make up for things later. But Arjun didn't realize that time, once gone, would never return. One day, the results of the final exam were announced. Arjun scored poorly, even below average. His teachers were disappointed, and his friends began to distance themselves. When he brought the report card home, the disappointed look in his parents' eyes made him uneasy. At that moment, Arjun felt ashamed of himself. He knew he had lost something priceless: time. But how could he change? That question began to stir in his mind for the first time. That evening, in sadness and regret, Arjun sought out his grandfather, the wise and respected elder of the village. Sitting beside him under the dim oil lamp, Arjun poured out his heart. "I don't understand why I failed. I've always been a good student." His grandfather listened patiently, then gently said, "Arjun, the problem is not that you're not capable. It's that you're taking time for granted. Time is the most precious treasure in life. If you use it wisely, it will lead you to success. But if you waste it, it will push you off the right path." Arjun, puzzled, asked, "But Grandpa, I'm still young. I have plenty of time ahead of me, right?" His grandfather's expression turned serious. He replied, "No, my dear. Time is like a flowing river. Once the water has passed, no one can bring it back. Lost time never returns. You can't keep saying later forever, because sometimes later never comes." Then, he began telling Arjun an old story about a wealthy king named Vikram. The king had everything: grand palaces, treasures of gold and jewels, and many servants. But he often delayed important matters, preferring to indulge in entertainment. Whenever there was a task to be done, he would say, "I'll do it tomorrow." One day, a wise sage visited and warned the king. "Your Majesty, you have everything, but you're wasting the most precious thing: time. If you continue like this, it will be too late by the time you regret it." But the king paid no attention. King Vikram didn't believe the sage's words. He continued his lazy lifestyle, sleeping till noon, socializing with friends, neglecting the court's affairs, and always saying, "There's still time." Day after day, he drowned in idleness, thinking that power and wealth could secure everything for him. But time waits for no one. Years passed, and Vikram grew old and frail. His health declined, and he began to feel the toll of aging. At the same time, his kingdom began to fall into disorder. His army lost battles, and the people lost faith in his leadership. Those closest to him slowly drifted away. It was then that Vikram finally realized he had wasted too much precious time and no longer had the strength or clarity to fix his mistakes. In regret, the king searched for the sage who had once warned him, but the sage had vanished as if he never existed. Vikram sat silently in his now empty palace, reflecting on his life: so many missed opportunities, so many abandoned plans, all because of the phrase, "I'll do it tomorrow." Now, all that remained were regrets. It was at this moment that he truly understood: time is the greatest treasure a person can possess, and also the easiest to lose if not cherished. The king's story ended in sorrow, but it left a deep impression on Arjun. Sitting beside his grandfather, the boy felt awakened for the first time. After hearing about King Vikram, Arjun sat in silence. Memories of his own life flashed before him: long hours of gaming, delayed assignments, and missed learning opportunities, all due to the thought, "I'll do it tomorrow." For the first time, he realized the truth: he had let time slip away meaninglessly. He turned to his grandfather with eyes full of remorse. "Grandpa, do I still have a chance to change?" His grandfather smiled warmly and placed a hand on his shoulder. "Of course you do, my child. The wheel of time never stops turning, and the wonderful thing is, if you start using it wisely from today, nothing is impossible." From that day on, Arjun made a firm decision to change. He stopped sleeping in, stopped wasting hours on his phone or meaningless gatherings. Instead, he created a daily plan, studying at fixed times, reading books, and even helping his parents with housework. At first, the changes were difficult, but gradually, Arjun began to notice a difference. After some time, his academic performance improved significantly. He became more focused, learned faster, and most importantly, no longer felt regret for wasting time. In the next exam, Arjun not only passed, he became one of the top students in class. Arjun's story became an inspiration to his friends and even the adults in the village. People began to see him differently, not just as a smart boy, but as someone who had learned a valuable lesson. Using time wisely is the key to changing one's life. Arjun's transformation wasn't temporary, it marked a real turning point in his life. After receiving excellent results, Arjun felt a deep, indescribable joy, not from praise, but from finally being proud of himself. He had proven that if you respect time, anyone can rise above their past. From then on, Arjun maintained his new habits. Each morning, he woke up early, revised lessons, exercised, and prepared for a productive day. Instead of getting lost in his phone, he spent time learning new skills, like public speaking, self-development reading, and joining extracurricular activities. Every night, he reflected on his day. What did I achieve? What could be better? Thanks to this, Arjun matured rapidly, not just in academics but in his way of life. Over time, Arjun's constant efforts led him to greater success. After graduation, he started a small educational business to help students learn time management and overcome procrastination, the very issues he once struggled with. Because of his real-life experience, Arjun became an inspiration to many young people. He was frequently invited to schools to share his story. What stood out most was that Arjun always began his talks with one simple, powerful sentence. Time is the greatest asset we have, and the easiest one to lose. He emphasized that success doesn't come from being faster than others, but from using time more wisely every day. No one changes overnight, but if you start today, step by step, the results will come sooner than you think. Years after those painful lessons and his journey of self-growth, Arjun became a well-rounded man. He didn't just achieve academic success, he became a symbol of perseverance and the value of every moment. Arjun's life was living proof of this message. If you use your time wisely, everything can change. After graduating, Arjun chose to pursue a career in education, a field where he firmly believed that time management was the key to success. He founded a training center offering courses on self-study skills, time management, and overcoming procrastination. Within a few years, his center became well known in the village and even spread to neighboring areas. This success wasn't luck, it was the result of tireless effort and the life lessons he had learned. Arjun never forgot his grandfather's teachings. Whenever he had the chance to share his story, he always emphasized, "Time is the most precious treasure, it can't be reclaimed, and only those who cherish it can reach success." These words not only inspired the youth in his village but also spread through seminars and school talks. Arjun gradually became a respected motivational figure, not just for his achievements, but for his kind heart and unwavering determination. Looking back, Arjun realized that the biggest turning point in his life wasn't a grade or a business milestone, but a change in mindset, from letting time slip away to building the future through daily small actions. Through his story, Arjun always wanted to share this message. Never procrastinate or take time for granted, because each moment you fully live can determine your future. Arjun's story didn't end with his success. On the contrary, it was only the beginning of a new journey, a journey of spreading the value of time and awakening purpose in the younger generation. After building a stable career, Arjun didn't choose to rest. He dedicated more time to sharing his experiences and the practical lessons he had learned. He wrote books, hosted workshops, appeared on television, and used social media to spread his message. What made him special was his down-to-earth, sincere manner of speaking. People could feel that his advice wasn't theoretical, but born of real struggle and growth. Not stopping at inspiration, Arjun also established a scholarship fund for underprivileged students with big dreams. He regularly traveled to remote areas to meet children, tell them his story, talk about his grandfather, and share the tale of King Vikram, especially the one line he always repeated. Time waits for no one, but those who know how to use it will always move ahead. The seeds Arjun planted began to grow. Many students from his programs later found success and returned to help others, just as Arjun once did. In the end, Arjun understood, the greatest success in life isn't about money or fame. It's when you can change someone's life with just a story, a timely reminder, and a heart that never forgets the value of time.